Hi, welcome to the Kootenay's Medicine Tree. So this week we're going to talk about the differences between indica and sativa. So most of you out there who are familiar with medical cannabis know that indica is supposed to determine strains that are sedative, that relieve pain, but they're also relaxing. Whereas sativa strains are supposed to be uplifting, energetic, although they also take the mind off of pain. Also, indica and sativas are different in terms of their physical qualities. That indicas tend to be plants that are shorter, produce denser flowers, wider leaves. Sativas are the opposite, taller, lankier, airy buds with long, skinny leaves. As it turns out, that's the only accurate distinction between indica and sativa is these physical growth characteristics. When it comes down to the cannabinoids that both strains or both types of cannabis produce, the THC and the CBD, they're quite close together. People used to think that indicas were more sedative because they had higher amounts of CBD, and as it turns out, that's not true. CBD in very small amounts that would be present in indicas are actually more revolving around focusing and sharpening the mind, bringing concentration. So why are they sedative? Well, it has to do with terpenes, and this is something we'll cover in another segment. But these are the compounds found in cannabis that are responsible for the smell and the taste. And they also have very important therapeutic benefits. So when we're talking about a strain, whether it looks like a sativa or looks like an indica, and it leads someone to be sedated, that is because of a terpene called myrcene, which you also find in mangoes. So this is the idea that there is something beyond just the physical description of the plant and the THC and CBD that actually determines why it has strain-specific effects. If you look at sativas, for instance, they tend to have high amounts of THC and low amounts of CBD, but their terpene content tends to be centered around limonene. And limonene, when it's present, tends to be uplifting and energizing. Very interesting. So that's a little bit of a background on indicas and sativas and why they're not an accurate way to describe the effects of cannabis strains. And there's one more thing I'd like to point everyone to. Dr. Ethan Russo has several papers and interviews online that describe this particular issue. I encourage everyone to look up Dr. Ethan Russo and learn more about the real differences between biochemically distinct cannabis strains that have nothing to do with indica or sativa. Thanks.